Hi, everyone. Hello. I am here for you live. How's everyone? I just want to come in here and answer your questions live. And like I've been doing, I come on here every 2 weeks at 5 p.m. Central Time on Mondays. And that is for any of you who have emailed me a question live. I always like to answer those first. Also, if you leave me a question in the YouTube, I will try to remember to come back to it and answer it. But if you actually take the time to email me, those are the ones that I like to go to and answer first. And when I get a chance, I answer any other questions. So today I am going to answer a viewer's question, and I think it's going to help a lot of you as well. However, one thing that I wanted to announce to you is if my videos are changing, like you'll notice that they're changing a little bit. It's because I am growing in my journey. I am learning. I'm really focusing in, laser focused on how this manifestation in the world, why is it that we learn about it, right? And at first, most of us are drawn into manifesting because we want something, or we want a manifestation for whether it's money, a house, a car, or a person, or whatever. Hi, Candicia. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. So we get into learning about manifesting because of that. However, the whole purpose of learning about how to manifest, and I say that in quotes on purpose, I'm going to get to that in a second, is because we want something, all right? We learn about it and we want something. But the real reason why you are here and you are learning and you're seeking, and you might be watching YouTubes or reading Neville or reading other things, the whole reason why you're on this journey, it's not for the thing that you're manifesting. And maybe you have heard this before. I sure know I did when I first started learning about manifesting, but I didn't really get it. I conceptually got it, but I didn't really understand what they were saying to me. They meaning people around me, right? So, however, when you learn more and more and more, and you study more, right, you really understand that you're not here just to get that one thing or two things or even 10 things. You're here to awaken to your power, meaning you're here to awaken to that you are God, infinite intelligence, your subconscious mind, to master this, that you have this superpower that we are all born with, and it's all equal. No one's is better. Mine isn't better than yours. We all have the same ability to manifest anything we desire. Right? We're here to awaken to this, that we are literally in charge of our life in our kingdom. So your kingdom is not the same as mine, right? This is how I have viewed it more and more, right? That we're all, those astronaut helmets that astronauts have in movies, right? That we all are walking around with this invisible astronaut helmet, and we see the world through our own little astronaut helmet. And that helmet is a huge filter. And that filter is all of our assumptions, all of our beliefs, everything that we perceive to be true, the way we see things, the definitions we give things, the meaning we attach to things, that we're seeing our world through that filter that we walk around, our little astronaut helmet. And to me, that's what makes sense for me, because everyone has to experience their own beliefs and their own assumptions. So you may not see the world the way that I see it. You may not see things the way I see it, and that's okay. You're not here to agree with me or someone else. You're here to experience the life, to see how fast you can change your assumptions or beliefs or your stories about things, and how fast you are to change everything around in an instant. You're here to awaken to have the life that you desire. That's why everything is possible and nothing is off the table. So if anyone ever asks me, is it possible? The answer is always going to be yes. There are no limits, there are no exceptions. And when I first learned about manifesting, people would tell me that there were certain things that were not possible, that there are things that you don't want to do because of this rule or that law, their golden rule, or because in their 30 years of doing this, they'd never seen anybody do it. In fact, it hurt them. And I would listen to these teachers or coaches or whoever, and then I would adopt their belief. I would assume what they say is true. So that was forced to be a reality in my world because I chose to agree with that assumption. And when I finally started saying, hold on, if everything in my world is a reflection of my beliefs and everyone is me pushed out, then what the hell am I doing agreeing with this person? I don't care if they call themselves the guru and they've only eaten carrots and worn white and sat crisscross applesauce for their whole freaking life. I still don't believe that person, because what I believe, I am whole, I am complete, and goes for you all. That you have all the answers, you have all the knowledge, you have infinite intelligence within you, right? You don't need someone else. And so if you notice that my videos gradually start to change to talk more about accepting your fears, about dealing with, how to deal with day-to-day living, how to deal with your emotions, how to feel more confident, how to trust in yourself, right? You're going to hear me talk more about these things. And here's the reason why. You don't need me to teach you how to manifest. You don't need anyone to teach you how to manifest, because you already know how to manifest. Right now, I know that I'm speaking to infinite intelligence in all of you. This is no different than what I have in me. And I know that you don't need me to teach you how to do what you naturally do 24/7, right? This is how I view myself and how I share this with my clients, that we are all born with a superpower, right? We're all born with the same power to have anything that we want. And however, if you look at superhero movies, and you'll notice that some of these movies, like they're 13 and then they finally figured out that they can fly or they can blow up buildings and all this stuff, right? But yet they get scared because they don't know how powerful they are. So they go hide in a cave or lock themselves in their room, and they're freaked out to use their power, and they might put little gloves on thinking that that's going to protect their superpowers coming out of their fingers, right? They do all this kind of funny stuff in the movies. But what they eventually do is they end up seeking a teacher, someone to help them contain the power, use it exactly how they want to use it, or how they want, how they deem necessary to use it, and without hurting themselves and other people. And if you notice, all these little teachers in these movies teach their person, whoever the superhero is, they teach them to harness it. And it's always coming from within. So when I work with my clients, and what I teach is, that's what I'm doing. I'm helping people get out of their own way, like help you see all these beliefs and stories that you've made up just to talk yourself into that you can't have something, or you shouldn't want something, or that's bad, or you really, that's greedy, or that it's impossible, right? What my role is to help you get rid of all of these stories that are keeping you from having what you want, and help you really focus in on your power to have it your way. I don't have to teach you how to manifest. You already know how. You're pro. We all are. We're professionals. All we have to do is get out of our way and get rid of all these stories that we created with our identity that we have in our human body, and get out of the way. All right. So I wanted to share that with you, because I almost realize, I'm like, it's almost insulting to tell someone how to manifest something, because you already know how. And in fact, the more natural you make this and the more you remind yourself, I already know how to manifest, I already know how to do this, right? The easier this is going to be for you. But if you seek for techniques and tips and tools and someone to tell you if you can have something, if you can't, you're going to stay stuck in this like manifesting loop of seeking more information, and you're not going to see the movement that you can have, because who you really are is really freaking fast. So, all right. So let me get to this question that someone posted on one of my videos. And I believe it was the video on allowing, where that was probably one of my longer videos, by the way, you guys, and didn't plan that, but hey, it worked. So on that video, somebody posted that they're tired of seeing these conflicting things about you can affirm something and keep affirming and affirming and affirming. And it's like, why does that actually work for some people? And for other people, it doesn't, but you have to surrender somehow. You have to allow your desire to come to you. And so there is a little, bit of a conflicting, theme out there about surrender, let go, it's done, and just affirm, but you don't let it go. You got to keep going. Here's what I want to tell you. It all works. All of it. Every coach out there, anything that they're teaching you, it all works. It will all work. No one's wrong. They're all right. The difference is you don't have to do those techniques, because like I said, you already know how to manifest. You don't have to use those techniques to get what you want, but you can, right? And for some people, they might work really easily, and other people that might take a longer time. And here's my personal view on this is, what is your intent behind a technique? What is your intention behind using affirmations, behind using scripting, behind visualization, right? What is your intention? And what I mean by that is, do you believe that you need that technique, affirming, scripting, visualizing, whatever it is, do you believe that you need to do that in order to have your desire manifest? Because if you believe you need to do that in order, that's the secret, that's the key, that's the tool that's going to give it to you, that's where I see people don't manifest things, because you're holding on that this has to be the thing. And then it's like I said in the video, it's like almost like going up to the elevator and asking for the elevator to come. And you stand there and you push the button and there's no elevator. You're just like, what the hell? And then the light goes off on it and you're just like, is this coming or not? And then you push it and you push it and you keep pushing it, because you think if you keep pushing it that the elevator will come faster, right? All you have to do is push it once. Literally, that's all we have to do. But we have stories in our head that say, no, we have to keep affirming. We have to keep doing this. We have to keep visualizing, or we have to let it go. We have to drop it. We have to do this, right? And the reason why people talk about surrendering is you have to trust in what you're doing, that you trust in the process. Like I mentioned in that video, you trust in the process. You don't trust the technique. You don't trust in that car is yours or that person wants you. You don't need to trust anything or anyone outside of the process. That when I declare something, when I imagine something, if I script something, it is done. I don't have to keep beating the bush and keep doing this. Now, in my personal experience, what I love is inner conversations, because it has been the thing that has given me the most relief for not feeling anxious, for feeling like something's possible. And the best one is revision. And revising using inner conversations has been amazing. Amazing, because you really get to feel the inner shift, relief, satisfaction, the love, whatever it is that you're wanting. You really feel that with utilizing something like revision. So for me, inner conversations is very helpful for revising. And you can also write it though. I also revise using scripting. I'll write something out the way that I wanted it to happen. And I have learned though over time that the more natural anything is, so if scripting feels natural to you, do it. If visualizing something feels natural to you, then do that. If declaring something feels natural to you, then do that. Don't, if because all these coaches are out there telling you that this is a way and they've done it and it's proven, yeah, they're telling you still what works best for them. And think about it. If you see somebody that has success stories, a lot of success stories on their channel or their Facebook group or whatever, right? They might say they have daily success stories, right? But take a look at the count. They might have 50,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 viewers, right? And even if they had a daily success story, that's 365 people out of 100,000 people. Do you see? It's not working for everybody the same way. It's more important, and even Neville says that you need to do what feels natural to you, because he even says it would have happened anyway, that feeling. So if you're forcing yourself to affirm, or you're forcing yourself to visualize, or you're forcing yourself to script something and that you're not enjoying that, don't do it. Don't do it. For me, I have gone through the gamut of different techniques and tools and worked with different people and read a ton of books and studied with different teachers. And I tried applying the things that they would teach me to do, thinking, oh, they know better. They've been doing it. They keep manifesting stuff. And it's like, okay, cool. But what it comes down to it, when I really started tracking how I personally manifest, I'm like, whoa, it's different than anything anyone is saying to me. Why am I following them like sheep, like little sheep, listening to what they're saying and saying that they know best and that they're the ones, they're the skilled ones, right? Why am I doing that when I'm infinite intelligence? I have the power in me just like they do. And all I have to do is, going back to my superhero story, right, is I have to learn how to harness the power with me, with my power within me, the way that I need to practice it. So for me, like making a declaration out loud, it's like out loud affirmation. I'm like, no, I said, I want this, this, and this, and that's it. Make it happen. That's it. No, I don't want nothing else. I want that. That's exactly how I manifest things, and pretty fast too. Sometimes it's instant. Sometimes it takes a few days, a few weeks, a few months. I don't really care. And if the doubt comes in, if the doubt creeps in and it said, oh, well, it's been a couple of weeks and you don't have anything and there's no movement and you're not seeing anything. I'm like, you know what? No, I said what I wanted. This is what I want. And that's it. That's final. That's what I want. I'll just remind myself again of what I already did and remind myself of what I know to be true. So this is a very long answer to someone's question, but I hope that this is helpful. And let me see. I say affirmations to reprogram my subconscious mind from negative beliefs, which works for me. And if it works for you, if you see results, Candicia, then keep doing it, right? Don't let me or anyone else tell you that you're doing it wrong. Because if you allow someone else to tell you you're doing it wrong, it's going to feel like a struggle and you're going to feel like a failure when you can't keep up with their method. If you listen to someone and you extract some good information that feels good for you and you're like, oh, damn, like I do that anyway. Think back at the manifestations that you've already had and things that you've manifested even before you were aware. Okay. Even let's say when you were not aware about manifesting, think about a goal that you set out for yourself. Maybe it was, I'm going to get those shoes. I'm going to go on that vacation. I'm going to get that job. I'm going to have that career, right? I want to be with that guy or that girl, I want that dog. I want this, right? I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to do it. That's manifesting. You were manifesting even then when you didn't even know you were doing it. So the tense of the words is irrelevant. You can say, I'm going to marry him. I'm going to have this house. That is my house, right? Do you see how I'm using different tenses? It's not the tense of the word. It's your intention of what you say and that confidence behind of like, no, I'm going to do it. I will have this. This is mine. Do you see? So it's not like I'm done, like I have a house, I have a car, I am a happy house owner. I am a happy house owner. There's no feeling in there. There's no intention behind it. There's no, and whether you want to call it feeling or there's no confidence behind there. There's no knowingness there that what you just declared is true. So follow your own self. When I see other people posting in other groups about, oh, I followed the coach's rules. Well, I followed what they say to do and it worked or it didn't work. Oh, my light went out. When I see that stuff, I'm just like, follow your own damn rules, because otherwise you're going to keep going back to that person to get support, to get, to feel like, oh, you need them and their way is what worked. And that's why you have it. It's like, listen to yourself, trust yourself. Even Neville says that man's faith in God is measured by the confidence in himself. Trust yourself. That is literally the best way to get to where you want to be. When I ask people, I'm like, how did you manifest that? And then they tell me, I'm like, how did you feel when you were declaring that, when you were writing that? And they always come back to telling me, I feel confident and I just knew. I was like, no, I was certain. This is what I want. I want this color, this brand, this year, that, whatever. You can hear the certainty behind their description. It's not about what they say. I'm listening and I can feel the certainty in their words. So pay attention to when you have manifested these things and try to remember how you felt when you said it out loud, when you told your friend, no, I'm going to have that job, right? Or no, see that guy? He's mine, right? Whatever it is, remember how it felt when you did it. Carl Young, your like YouTube handle cracks me up. Thank you so much for answering my question, Rosie. Oh, yeah, it was you. Yes, a bold, it is done attitude works in inner conversations, living in the now. Affirmations never work for me, neither did SATs. It's like the perfect measure of clarity and confidence that wills the means. Yes, it's the clarity, this is what I want, and the confidence and wills the means. I agree with that. And that can come out in affirmations or in scripting or in doing an imaginal scene. So that whole feeling, right? If it's natural to you, it's going to happen. In the SATs, and like I did a little mini 60-second short on SATs because I think people freak out and stress out too much about getting into SATs. And I think a lot of people put too much important about it, and they listen to binaural beats, and I admittedly would lock myself in my room for like 30 minutes or even an hour to meditate, to get into SATs. And I would turn the lights down and I would lay like my fingers weren't touching my body, and I would just lay there calmly, thinking that if I was just still and I told everybody, don't bother me in my room, I'm gonna be meditate. And it's like literally I would schedule time to do that stuff. And while it felt good, and sometimes I got a nice little nap in, and I was chill, right? That you don't need to do all that. SATs, like I said in that 60-second short, you can look out the window. You can be petting your dog and looking at your dog in his eyeballs. That you're in SATs right there. You can be washing the dishes. You can be sitting in your hairdresser's chair, getting your hair done and just kind of zoning out. Sats. We're in sats a lot more than we realize all day long. It could happen like that, where you just kind of zone out. So SATS isn't like a special thing. And even Neville later on in his teachings as the years went on, he stopped focusing on that whole SATS of getting into the state akin to sleep. He just started saying, assume it, just know it, right? Be clear, be confident, know it. It's like, no, this is mine. And persistent, like, no, I said this is mine. Right. And not angry, because I went down that road a few times too, where I was like, I got angry thinking, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be my forceful. No, that doesn't work either. It's a confidence. And that confidence gives you that knowing. And my suggestion to you is to just find that trust that you have, that confidence in when you order. Like I've said before, if you go to Starbucks and you're like, I'll have the grande white chocolate mocha with 1 pump, non-fat milk, no whipped cream, right? There's no hesitation. It's like, I know exactly what I want. And the barista's going to be like, cool, ring you up. There you go. There's your drink. But if I sat there going, I think I want a non-fat caramel, no white mocha, or no, wait, do I want a chocolate? I don't know. And then they're like, yeah. They're like, okay, what size? And you're like, oh, shoot, that's another question. Maybe a medium. They're like, a grande, you mean? I'm like, oh, yeah. Is that the grande? Yeah, that one. They're all, okay, what kind of milk do you want? And I was like, oh my God, another question. What kind of milk do you have? Do you see the difference? If I go in there like asking, my order is going to take like 5 minutes and everybody's going to be like, God, this lady does not know what she wants. Or I go in there, I'm like, I want this, and this. This is my drink. That is confidence. The other one is wishy-washy. I'm not really sure. I think I kind of sort of maybe want this. And if I do, could you give me some ideas as to what I want? So ask yourself, be honest with yourself. Which one are you? Do you know what you want? Or are you trying to figure it out and you're not really sure what it looks like? Most of the time, why people don't know really what they want is because they don't think they can have it. And so they budge on themselves. They settle. They take versions or variations of it. They kind of guess, or like, well, what I really want is the extra large, but oh my God, if I ask for the extra large Louis Vuitton tote bag, that's a lot of money. Maybe I should just ask for the petite version. That's doable, because I can't. Do you see people start like skimmaging on themselves? I'm like, no, ask for the extra large tote bag if that's what you want. But we don't think that we can have it, and so therefore we don't ask for it. If you ask for it, it is yours. So let's see. Yeah. So I hope that is helpful. I'm glad you're here, Cara Young, so I can answer your question. Yes, I remember your video from First Class on an Airplane. You said everyone was so clear and confident and direct in what they said. I had an issue for years for not asking what I wanted and settling. Yeah, good memory. That's right. People are very clear. They don't hesitate. Like when I was on that flight, I remember I was paying attention on purpose. Like, yeah, no one was hesitating on what they want. They're like, yeah, I want that. Give me that. No, I said I want that one, not that one. It was very, very clear, very decisive. And that is what is required from you. Be decisive and focused on what you want. And focus is another way to say persisting, right? Focus. That's what wealth creators or coaches do, is they tell their clients to, what's your goal? What's your quarterly goal? And then they reverse engineer. It's like, okay, you want 100 grand a month? All right, let's reverse engineer it, right? How many sales you have to have, how many clients you have to have, because to end, you're going to need this amount of clients, or this amount of, you need to sell this much a product or whatever. So you need to reach this mass of audience so that you break it down to this many people and this many sales so that you generate 100 grand a month. right? So they're very focused on what they want. When they make decisions, it's all based on the outcome, right? They don't. So for me, persistence is like that. It's focused on what you want. It's like, no, I want that one. Nothing else will do. That, I want that. And I don't care what I see out here in the 3D world. It doesn't matter. I want that. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys in answering about the affirmations and about all of these other techniques that are out there. So I know it's a lot. There's a lot of information, and me personally, I've learned if there's a coach out there that says that their way is the way, I run. I run, because if there's someone that's out there that is perfect on this, I'd like to meet this person. Even if they're 99.8% accurate, it's still not perfect. And they're still only telling you what works for them and for their clients. And guess what? You manifested that person to tell you that, because everyone is you pushed out. So even me and any other YouTuber that you watch, or any coach, or any book you read, or even Neville, it's all you pushed out. There's nothing out there that is not a reflection of you. So if you're hearing them say only this works, that's because you have already bought that assumption that that is what has to work, or that you need someone to tell you what to do. That's a story. That's another bullshit story, that you need someone to tell you what to do. Do you see? Or that another person might be telling you, yeah, you can have everything but that, or this, or that, and you need to go general, not specific. That's another bullshit story that you manifested someone to tell you. Do you see? We're really good at creating bullshit stories about why we can't have something or why we shouldn't want something. We're really good creators, and that includes all the bullshit too. So stop creating crap and lies in your life as to why you can't have something. Give it to yourself. Give it to yourself. Allow yourself to have it. And if you need help doing these things, that's what I do, is I help people get out of their own way. And some people, it happens very quickly, and other people need some additional layers pulled off of them. But I don't need to teach you how to manifest. That's not my thing. I already know you know how to manifest. I just need to help people get out of their own way so they can have a clear shot to whatever it is that they want. One, and two, I just don't want you to have your stuff. I want you to see how powerful you are and why you're here. Some of you have heard, what's the purpose of living? What's the point of this life? Right? That's what I want to help you do. It's like, you have a purpose, and it's a beautiful purpose. It's for you to design the life that you want to have. It's beyond a manifestation. It's beyond that. It's to see, wow, how fast you are and how everything is here for you. Rex and the Destroyer. Oh my. Revision. How can I make others forget a past event? Manifesting is not about others. It's about you, right? So I would ask yourself, why would you want them to forget? What's in it for you, right? What is it? I would revise your reaction to the event. When I revise things, I ask myself, what is it that I needed in that moment to have happened, to have felt, whatever it is, because to try to make the whole thing like disappear, right? Initially, I thought, oh, we can just magically make everything disappear. And you can, right? But what I found it was faster and easy is to revise my reaction to the event and to revise the outcome that I wanted, instead of like trying to figure out a way to revise that it didn't happen. It's like, what if I just went to the outcome? Like, what is the outcome that I want? What did I need to feel? What did I need to experience in that thing that I was trying to revise? Rex, and let me know if that makes sense. Nita and Reniti, I have given up on my SP. I don't desire him anymore. I can't think differently of him. Too much hurt. It's your choice. You don't have to. You don't have to want him. Nothing is off limits. He's just alive inside of you, right? Everything and everyone is alive inside of you. Nothing is outside of you. So he's alive within you, and the way that you view him, that is completely up to you. And you don't have to. You can move on and to someone else. But if you want this person, that person is yours. Right? It's the lies that we tell ourselves that we can't, or this is too hard, that I can't change my mind, or I can't see him a different way, right? These are stories that we make up, we create for ourselves so that we don't get what we want, because we create these like blocks or whatever, or limiting beliefs like they call them, right? That we can't have it, but we can, right? We have to get out of our way. You guys see Rubio in the background. He's so nosy. Candicia, Rosie, you're a gift, and we are unwrapping the beauty of our faith through imagination. Thank you, Candicia. That's so lovely. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really enjoy coming on here and answering your questions live. I do it every 2 weeks for you guys. And like I said, if you guys email me your questions, that's so helpful. And if for whatever reason I miss one, it's not because I didn't want to answer it, right? Just you can shoot me a reminder. Especially I noticed if someone like will email me tonight and it's in 2 weeks, right? It might be like, oops. So don't feel bad. I'm not forgetting you. I want to answer your questions, right? So maybe just shoot them to me. And just on the subject line, what is really helpful when people do is if they write question for a live Q&A. I would love that. Or you can just hop on here and ask me the question as well. So yeah, so that's what, if also the ladies, if you're not in my Facebook group, it's called Wake the Hell Up Sleeping Beauty, and the link is here in the bio. You can go over there and just come in. It's a free Facebook group. It's for women. Wonderful, wonderful, lovely ladies in there, and very supportive of each other. And I go in there live once in a while, and I do a lot of make you think little assignments. I also post in there. So it's a little bit different of a Facebook group. I just don't have it in there for you guys to spew out questions. I share myself, and I share other things in there as well. And I love answering questions when you're in there as well. So, and the moderators are amazing. They will answer your questions as well. So you have some support there. And if you don't, also you can apply to work with me one-on-one, or I have my self-paced courses. I've had, let's see, 3 people already this week. This happens pretty regularly, but this week I've already had 3 emails from 3 lovely women that have taken my Trust in You online course. It's just one recorded course that I have on there that is available 24/7. And the success stories and the shifts that they've had within their like aha moments are blowing my mind. So for you ladies, thank you so much for those beautiful emails. And I know that you guys I get it. I feel it in the email. Like, no, they got it. They got it. They get it. The confidence has to come from within. They get it. They get it the first time they hear it, and then they hear it again and again, and they keep getting more little gems out of it every time they hear it. So if you haven't taken one of my courses, and you don't want to do the one-on-one with me, that's another way to work directly with me. So let's see. All right. So I'm all done answering your questions live, it looks like, for today. So thank you so much for all of you who are here live with me, and for all of you who are coming in later to watch this recap at your own leisure. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for your support for the Rosy Life and this channel. You guys are the ones that are making me come back on here and making more videos. And my intention is to bring you information. And you know what? Sometimes it might sound like you've already heard it, but what I learned is sometimes if we just need that different person to say it to us a different way, and then we get it. That's it. That's all. So if you hear similar information from me, from a different person, it's okay, because everyone's going to share and reach you in a different way. And that's why we're all here. Whatever you're seeking is seeking you, remember? So if you're here, it's because you were seeking me, and here I am giving you what you needed to hear. So whatever you want wants you, because I too want you all on this channel asking questions, learning, growing, sharing your stories with me, getting your emails. I love this. So this is not just one directional. This is reciprocal, right? We're all here supporting and loving and helping each other. And that's why you have so many choices. All right, my loves. You're so welcome. Thank you for being here. Candicia and Carl, Rexon, Nita, right? So I love you guys so much. And I will see you in the next video and in 2 weeks for my next YouTube live. Okay? All right. Bye-bye. Yes. Yay.